Hey guys, so I have one of my favorite meals, blackened fish tacos with a nice creamy lime sauce that I made. This is so good. I can't wait to try it. This is my dinner tonight, okay? So I can't wait to try this. I got the fish under there. I got my beautiful sauce that I made myself, some cabbage, some red onions, and some jack cheese. Let's have a taste of this. Here we go. I want to get everything in one. This is on a corn tortilla that I charred up a little bit. Let's try. Mmm. 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 Lots of stuff happening there. Mmm. The fish has spice, it has heat, it's a very mild fish. The cabbage gives it crunch, the onions give it some punch. I'm gonna put more sauce, because my sauce is good on each of these, but this is so good. Blackened tilapia, that's the kind of fish tacos. Oh my gosh, let me show you how to make it. All right, so we're gonna be making the blackened tilapia tacos. And the first thing you're gonna need are tilapia. Now, tilapia is a kind of fish, and you can buy tilapia fresh, but I like to buy it frozen in a big bag like this for a few reasons. One, if it's frozen, then you always have it. And this particular kind, the tilapia fillets come individually wrapped like this. So this is frozen, so it's very easy to thaw. What I do is I fill up my sink halfway with warm water, and I just leave these in there like ice melts in a soda or something like that. And that makes them nice and thawed out. So I'm gonna be using one per person. So for my household, that means there's gonna be 3 used. But these are great. Tilapia is very mild tasting. It doesn't have a strong flavor. And it also is a fairly inexpensive fish to buy. So that's why I like using it. Okay, now blackened fish, blackened chicken means it has a spicy coating on the outside. So here's what I like to use for the spicy coating. I like to use paprika, garlic powder, oregano, onion powder, chili powder, cumin, salt, and cayenne powder. Now, if you want to make this and you don't have all of those things, totally fine. You can mix and match spices to your liking, really. You could use a chipotle chili powder, that would give it a smoky taste. So again, it's not a this has to work this exact way. You can customize it to what you have or what you like. Oh, did I forget too? There's also, I put a tiny bit of brown sugar in there too. Forgot the brown sugar. Okay, now for fish tacos, I like to have kind of a nice sauce, creamy sauce to go with it. You don't have to have this sauce with these, but I think it tastes really good. And the sauce I like has mayonnaise, it has sour cream, fresh lime, also some salt and also some garlic powder in it, and some Sriracha sauce. The other thing you're gonna need to make the tilapia is gonna be some oil. I like the grapeseed oil. And then when it's all done, you're gonna need, of course, some tortillas. You can use corn tortillas or flour. We have a combination of both. We will heat these up on the stovetop first so they're nice and hot. And I also like to serve this with some crunchy cabbage and some freshly cut red onions and maybe some cheese too. These are delicious. They're quick to make. They're inexpensive. And I think you'll really like it. So let me show you how to get this going. Okay, so for the sauce, what I have in this bowl is a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise and a 1/4 cup of sour cream. I like to do half one, half the other. So that's in there. The next thing I'm gonna put in is some fresh lime juice. Gotta be fresh. They sell little squeeze bottles, little green squeeze bottles, plastic of lime juice. It doesn't taste anything like the real thing, I promise you that. The real thing is so much better. Try it and see. So we're gonna stir in that lime juice. How much we need just kind of depends on my taste buds. When I taste it and I decide, does it need a little more acidic kick or is it okay as is? We don't know. I'm also going to put some of this Sriracha sauce. You probably have heard of Sriracha sauce. It's going to add some nice heat and also some color. It's going to change it kind of like an orangey color. A little bit. That's okay. And I have some salt and pepper standing by in case I think that it needs it. I'm going to go with a little bit more lime. I'm getting close to wanting to taste it. Let's see, add in some more lime juice. But this is what kind of takes your fish tacos to a new level. So let's have a taste and see what we think. That's good. But I think it does need more lime. And I'm going to put a little salt and pepper in there too. And also a little bit more of this Sriracha. Come on, Sriracha. Some pepper. Remember, it's not done until you decide that it's done. You decide that it's done. Not a recipe. Your taste buds decide if it's done. Keep stirring it up. This makes all the difference. So let me have a little taste of this. Right there on the finger. Oh, there we go. That's good. Okay, next step, tilapia. So what I did was I made a spice blend out of all those spices, and for the specific quantities of each thing, that's in the recipe. So I'm going to take the spice blend and I'm going to sprinkle it on this plate. Okay. Now here's where I'm going to dredge the fish. Dredge. Dredge means to coat it in some kind of mixture, usually some kind of powdery or crumbly mixture. So I put the fish down there, take it out, kind of shake it off a little, do the other side. Don't forget to do both sides. Whoops. Sometimes you kind of have to help it stick on. There we go. Do the next one. You want a nice even coating, but this is going to give the fish a lot of flavor. Because like I said before, tilapia doesn't have a lot of flavor. It's not like salmon. Salmon's actually my favorite kind of fish. And you could do this with salmon as well. But salmon has a lot of flavor. Good flavor I love. But tilapia, one of its positives is the fact that it doesn't have a lot of flavor, so it takes on the flavors that you dredge it with. There you go. There's probably enough of this for one more if I had one more, but it takes care of 3 really nicely. All right, so we're almost to the point where we're going to start to cook it. To cook it, I'm gonna get a big nonstick skillet and I'm gonna pour in about 2 tablespoons of my oil. And I'm gonna get my oil nice and hot, so as soon as the fish goes into the oil, you're gonna hear a nice sizzle. It does not take long to cook tilapia because it's a very thin fish, the way they slice them. And there's no bones in there either, which is also really nice. So I'm gonna do that next. All right, so if you look at the skillet, I have a couple tablespoons of oil in here. Oil gets really liquidy when it's getting hot. You want this oil to be nice and hot. So now I'm going to go ahead and add the fish. I'm just going to lay in each piece. There we go. We got that sizzle we want. Oil down there. And that one. There you go. So what you're going to do is you're going to saute this fish. Probably I'm going to go about 2 or 3 minutes on one side, flip it over, carefully flip it over, do the other side. When the fish gets nice and flaky, that's when it's done. But this fish is not going to take a long time because this fish is very thin and this fish doesn't have a lot of fat in it either. All right, so we'll come back when the fish is pretty close to done. All right, look at this beautiful fish. I turned it over. It's got that nice brownness to it. Now let's see if it's done. So you're looking for white and flaky. Let's see so you can see that. Nice and white and flaky. Doesn't look translucent anymore. Right over here. That looks beautiful. So I'm going to turn off the heat, and literally that's less than 5 minutes. About 2 minutes each side. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna take about half of one piece of fish, make a taco out of it, and put a little of my lime sauce on it, some cabbage, some onions, maybe some cheese. It's gonna be so good. This is such a great and easy meal. I hope you try it at home.